Quick look at what we've been talking about, Clint. FarCry 2. I do believe you're going to give us a trailer and a demo.
Absolutely, yeah. Before I go on to showing you guys the sort of teaser demo here, what we're going to do is queue up our first official trailer of all in-game footage here that just went live online very late last night. But you'll get to see the first high-definition, full surround sound, awesome presentation of it worldwide. So I hope you enjoy.
My name is Ruben. I am a reporter. I want to show you Africa as I know it, a land of shadows and light. There is one shadow I've been chasing, the same one that you seek. You may know him as the jackal. Where he hides is not known, but his power can be seen throughout the land. If you want to hunt this merchant of death, you must descend into his world. You must become that which you hunt. Every man has his prize. Know that for you, that prize may be your soul.
Very impressive, I think you'll agree, ladies and gentlemen. And what that trailer gives you is a sense of excitement, and it leaves you wanting more, which is perfect, because now we're going to get a live demo.
I've got more, yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Actually, what we're going to do now is we're going to show you a very short live demo. This is going to only run about 5 minutes. It's hard for us to show our game in 5 minutes. We have a 50-square-kilometer open world you saw a tiny snippet of there. Jonathan Morin, our lead level designer, is over here on a PC. He's going to play this demo for you. And what you saw in the trailer, you're going to see a lot of it here, or actually very little of it here, because we're somewhere completely different. We're several kilometers away from where many of the shots in the trailer that you saw are situated. And here's John on the edge of a jungle. And as much as the original Far Cry was very much about jungle, Far Cry 2, we wanted to take you somewhere completely different, into Central Africa, where you're going to get to see the most beautifully and fully realized open-world savanna that you've probably ever seen in a video game.
Initial reaction, the first thing that impressed me about this was the fact that everything, every minute detail is covered. You know, look at the shadows, look at the detail in the shadows, the gun looks really cool, and then this map. You talked earlier about, to me personally, about this map. Just explain what we talked about.
Yeah, well, you know, it's really important for us to not only create this really believable, rich world, but it's also critically important that we keep the player in it. As soon as the player is switching in and out of a pause menu to look at a map and figure out where he needs to go, he's always just breaking the immersive qualities of the game. We want to keep him in the game. We want him to feel the sort of red dirt. We want him to feel the grime in his guns and the blood and the sweat that's really carrying him through this world.
So you can no longer use a map to nip off and get a cup of tea?
No.
Perfect. All right, now this is an impressive part of the game. Once again, the hang glider.
Sure, yeah. I mean, hang glider's kind of a signature Far Cry element, and we needed to make sure we kept it in the game. Most importantly, it's not used for flying around in sort of corridors to get you between open parts of a level. Our game world is a fully continuous, dynamic, streaming 50 square kilometers of open world. You never have a load screen anywhere. You're free to go anywhere you want in that world at any time. Improvise your tactics, make your own decisions about how you want to address the game's challenges.
And one thing that is so impressive about this game is you very rarely see something twice whilst playing it.
Of course, the world is very, very large, and you get to travel all around it. Obviously, there are certain places you have to go, but there's also lots of time to look around and explore. Hey, you see some things twice, you can see zebras twice. There's a pair of them. The animal AI, like the human AI, is autonomous and they're needs-driven. So these zebras are down here probably to get a drink by the little river there, or to eat some grass or whatever. Part of creating this rich, believable open world is filling it with life, even in the difficult scenario that takes place in the game.
Just heard an elephant.
Filling it with that feeling that it's really a living world around you is what gives it its credibility and makes it really, really rich and believable. Now, John's going to move up onto this ridge line here, and just by way of a teaser, as I said, he's going to raid a little camp that's up through this little thicket here. See, as he gets close enough and he takes out his map, now he has a very detailed map of the immediate vicinity, maybe only 100 meters on his side. And he can use this map as well as his binocular to kind of scout this camp. And when he spots something like a vehicle, he can press a button which will add information about the vehicles in the camp to his map so that he can begin to formulate a plan about how he might like to handle the problem that's been put in front of him.
So the more you discover, the more you look through the binocular, the more you find, the more detailed your map gets and makes it easier to play. Absolutely.
I mean, the idea is to give the player the very strong feeling of making rich, elaborate, detailed plans about how he's going to conduct a raid. Like here he's seen that guard patrolling past. There's a pile of ammunition that's in storage there. He's going to be able to take that, use his binocular to mark that on his map, and then he'll have more information about the location, and he'll be able to make more of a plan about how best to approach the problem of getting through this camp.
Let's move in close. Come on.
Yeah, he's going to go in.
And all the natural elements have a big role to play in this game as well, don't they?
I mean, a really important thing to point out is this grass isn't fake grass. These aren't fake trees. These are real simulated trees that are blowing in a real wind. They're real dynamic assets. They're not animated. They're real procedural content. Because of that, he can use those, in combination with things like wind and fire to his advantage. John's actually going to use this mine to set a trap here in case the enemy comes looking for him and decides to use this vehicle with his mounted weapon against him. He'll have it mined up with that explosive there, and then he's going to move over to the side and probably start a fire. John usually likes to start fires. Also, he threw a Molotov into a fuel store there.
And these bad guys, once they're hit, they don't give up, do they?
No, these guys are pretty tenacious. They're maneuverable, they're fast, they're aggressive. That's why, he needs to have a good plan to make a raid on a camp like this. Look at this fire that he's got going. This is completely cut off one side of this camp. The AI isn't going to be able to maneuver there. The AI isn't going to be able to respond with that fire cutting off their approach or their escape. And this isn't scripted. Everything that's happening here is systemic and dynamic. John's improvising as he fights. He's picking his targets. He's using the information he gathered. And you can see the village beside him is completely in flames. It's procedural fire. It's not scripted. It's not fake. This is a fire that spreads in the direction of the wind, consumes the assets. Here's an enemy using a truck to try and take him out.
So not everything is written in concrete. Not everything is, you've got to go here, you've got to go there.
It's not that not everything is written in concrete. It's that nothing is written in concrete. It's a really organic, dynamic system.
Oh, we've got out there heavy artillery now.
John's just going to make his way to the other side of the camp now that he took out that vehicle and maybe find another vehicle that he had marked on the map. Use that to make a hasty escape. Like I said, it's a teaser. We have a full 20-minute demo in theater showing off completely different locations, completely different gameplay, which are all welcome to come and see tomorrow. And in addition to that, we have a full hands-on demo on Xbox, PS3, and PC. And you will get to see that, in fact, all of the console versions are running exactly the same game as you're seeing on PC here right now.
Great stuff. I think you'll agree. Thank you very much, Clint.
Thanks very much, Vernon.
Perfect. So thank you very much to Clint for coming out and giving us that trailer, exclusive trailer, and of course that little teaser of a demo. Like he said, tomorrow you'll be able to go out there and play a little bit of the game yourself. Now then, Ben, back to Prince of Persia. Can you give us more details about this new game, please? People are itching to use their pens and pencils, not that they've not used them before.
Sure, I'd love to. So the first thing to start off by saying is that this is an all-new Prince of Persia. This is a restart of the franchise. It's a new prince, new characters, new universe, if you will, for a new generation of consoles. There is literally zero chronological connection between this prince and the trilogy that Ubisoft did starting back in 2003. Now, yes, we are starting everything new, but I think Sands of Time set certain precedents. It kind of raised the bar, if you will, in the action-adventure genre for innovative gameplay, for engaging story, engaging characters,